everybody. I'm your host, Jaime Cerreta. On this podcast, we celebrate everything local in Arizona. Today, I have two very cool ladies with me. They're both eye doctors, and they both started their own businesses because they saw a need in style, fit, and function when it comes to women's athletic apparel. So I want to introduce Tara Ransdell of TJ Sport and Katy Craft of Vimhue women's hats, and some men's hats coming too. Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Well, I was introduced to your product from our good friend Jennifer Boone-Lauren, who kind of introduced me to some of the local makers, and we had a great time over at the Phoenix Open talking about some of your things. Katy, let's start with you with the hats, because it's so interesting when you talk about the fit of a hat and how that can impact your day and your activities.
Yes, absolutely. It's like anything else you're wearing, putting on your body. If you're not comfortable, you're not going to wear it and you're not going to get the benefits from it. So for me, it was very much a realization back in 2017-ish that the headwear market was geared towards men. And I would go through running through hats, trying to figure out one that I was actually comfortable in, that I could work out in, didn't rub my ears, didn't make me feel like I lived in a cave. And I couldn't believe that my choices were so limited. And I had to basically choose between, do I want to wear a men's cap or do I want to wear a kid's cap? And then I thought, that can't be just me that has this missing void. So I started Vimhue.
And this really came from that you wanted to be very athletic. You wanted to be running a marathon
Yes.
in this hat, which means that would be moving up and down. And it makes sense to me that an eye doctor who would be very aware of how glasses fit the head would be, this ain't working.
Yes, totally. Exactly. So a friend asked me to train for a marathon. I said, no way, girlfriend, I'm not running the big thing with you, but I'll do the circuit training. And as I was doing the circuit training, it was my main complaint. And she would say, give me something runners complain about. Complain about your knees, your shins, your ankles, something, more realistic. But you complain about your hat, you're going to have to get over it. And again, the anatomy of the female skull, obviously clearly need to be taken into consideration if we're going to make a hat that actually works on fit, form, and function.
And how many patents do you have now?
6.
6 patents.
6 patents now. Yeah.
So you wouldn't take the hat. I love that you then created something to fix the problem. And Tara, you did the same thing because you started golfing with your husband and you were looking around for some great things to wear. And what did you find?
Kind of a lot what she found is a smaller version of a men's shirt, and just maybe not a lot of thought going into what a woman needs when she's golfing. Pockets, maybe a feminine fit. Some people want to still look feminine and have feminine cuts out there, and we were given a lot of boxy, small men's shirts, to put on to golfing.
Yeah, and you were also very aware of the sun in Phoenix, and that long day on the course can be hard on the skin.
Yeah, brutal, yeah. So we also have a sun shirt, a long sleeve, SPF 25, and, I think that's very important. I grew up in Minnesota, and unfortunately when the sun came out, we were like, let's get a tan, and we are going to need this tan to last all winter. And we weren't real smart about that. And I feel like here people are a lot more aware that we have a lot of sun, and we need to cover up every once in a while.
Did you ever work in design or clothing or fashion, even as a kid? Were you interested in that?
Never. Never. So, we jumped right from optometry to designing golf apparel.
And so how did that start? Did you start, as many things do begin, like a bar napkin. How did it start?
Yeah, pretty much a bar napkin. Sitting at our kitchen table drinking wine with another couple is really where the idea started. From, what are we going to name it to, let's do this. Let's see if we can do this and do a better job.
Yeah. Now, while I'm having you guys on my podcast together, you do have your individual companies. So how did you two meet? Did you meet in the eye doctor world? Did you meet in this world? How did you meet?
Funny enough, we met in this world. So I think we were both volunteering at a girls golf event, Girls Golf of Phoenix, which is a great local organization run by Corey Matheson, doing wonderful things. And we both volunteered to work as vendors, I think.
Yeah. And Corey actually said, I'm going to sit you at a table with Katy because you guys are both eye doctors. So we kind of started there, and then we've been at several girls golf events together, and
And since I've had a journey with my eyes and my vision and my retinas and a huge allergy that kind of blew up my whole face, what is it about being an eye doctor that you loved so much and that you were attracted to?
Well, I really had a desire to be in the medical field, but I also knew that I wanted to be a mom and have a life outside of that. And actually, in high school, one of the teachers at my school kind of brought up some things, and I just went and observed the optometrist in town, and I thought, this is really cool. And obviously, one thing people don't want to lose is for sure their vision. I mean, there's a lot of things, but that's got to be in the top, top couple.
I was told on the retina exam, I was told you're losing your vision in both eyes. And I saw my life flash before my eyes. And that's a startling thing to hear. People overlook those eye doctor appointments.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, and I really do still enjoy seeing patients. And now a lot of my patients I've been seeing for 20 years. So I do enjoy that, and I get to do that part-time still, which is kind of it kind of mixes things up in the week for me. But yeah, I still really enjoy it, and I really enjoy, obviously doing the apparel too.
Where do we find you? If we can maybe encourage someone to get their annual eye exam, maybe they haven't had one in years, where can we find you?
So we are with Petal and Vision, and I specifically am in Peoria, Arizona. And my husband's actually in Carefree and Sun City West in different Petal and Vision centers.
Okay. And so you're still seeing patients part-time. Katy, you say that you're in the warehouse all the time now. Tell me what life is like now.
Yeah, this is my typical. I quit my 40 to work 60 plus.
Yes.
So I still do keep my license. It took too long to get it to try and give it up at this point. But I'm similar story. Math and science kind of student. Really enjoyed school. Was good academically. So I wanted to be in school for longer, and my local eye doctor again was a huge influence. Again, I'm a myopic, nearsighted kid, so I grew up going, and so it was just one of those experiences where I thought, hey, you can impact people's everyday lives positively, and that's how I got there, and just kept going with it. I'm not practicing now, and there are things I miss about it. Having those, like you say, patients that you see year after year, you're growing up with them. So that's great. And I do miss that part. I just got so consumed and overwhelmed with we grew very, very fast, because it wasn't just me that felt that there was a void in the market. I feel like almost every woman I speak with says the same thing. They know the struggle of not having a hat. So almost as quick as we got to the market, it was all hands on deck. And we really
literally your first time showing up at a booth selling your hats. That was at that marathon your friend and
right,
you to run,
right? The one I wouldn't run, but my friend ran. Exactly. So I showed up to sell, try the hats out and see if other people agreed. And I showed up at the marathon in Cincinnati, Ohio, Flying Pig, 550 hats in my suitcases, and put them on display. And we sold 551 hats. I sold the hat off my head.
No way.
So yes. So that was my first, real market test. And that was, it seems like forever ago, but it's just been since then has been grow, and it's been carrying me the last few years. I'm trying to keep up, so it's been fun.
So how long did it take before between design and having that first hat to having merchandise to sell?
Good question. So, I'm an OCD kind of person, admittedly. So I would stay up at night back 2017, 18, dreaming of hats. So I started filing for patents on my hats back in 2018. And then by the time I actually got an actual working prototype that was good enough to come to market was May 2019. So it took almost 2 years for me to get a good past my standards out. So it took quite a while.
And those standards were, what kind of things did it have to do for you?
Yes. So I needed that fit. So I actually bought a sewing machine, started making my own patterns based on statistical data of the female head shape and
cranium.
Yes,
the skull,
exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And so I made my own first pattern. But I needed all these adjustments, right? So that's the part that I couldn't get a manufacturer to want to do. I wanted the ability for the adjustments in the back to move up and down, so that women could wear their hair high, low, buns, braids, up, down, thick hair, thin hair. All these adjustments needed to be movable. And so many manufacturers looked at me, laughed at me, and said, hey, little girl, you better make sure you have a market for that.
Ooh.
Ouch. Ouch.
Tara, did you hear that too?
No, I was never called little girl.
Oh
I was.
God, Katie.
Yeah.
You said, watch, crack knuckles, watch this.
Yeah, exactly. I probably should say thank you.
Yeah.
Because it was infuriating enough to say, okay, now I'm definitely not going to stop. So,
Oh my gosh. But it's amazing how many times entrepreneurs who become extremely successful were told, come on. If that was going to fly, someone would have done it or whatever. And one thing that I've heard, ATL Wings, my buddy with ATL Wings, he said it wasn't their vision.
Yes.
You had your vision. And sometimes they can't see it, as we talk about eyes and eye doctors. You have a vision. And then once you get that hat on the head, you're like, oh, hey, little girl, you were right. You were right. That feels so good. Tara, tell me about kind of getting your stuff out into market, trial and error, and what that looked like as far as patterns. Did you get a sewing machine too?
No, absolutely not. And I was still, Jason and I were both practicing full time. Were you still practicing when you started?
At the beginning, I was. And then literally after I started getting to trade shows, when I got smart enough to go to trade shows and not just going event by event, because a while I was killing myself just going to single event by single event. By the time I got to trade shows is when I knew it was too much time and I stepped back from practicing.
Okay. So we were both practicing, and thankfully my husband's really has an engineer mind, so he liked all the little details. I mean, he's always been into like a little bit into fashion. Like he was the guy who read GQ magazine, and his belt and his shoes had match. He was always really into that, which I guess I really appreciate. But he would be like talking about the stitching and everything, and really I was like, okay, this is what I want a shirt to look like. How do we do that? And then he would go into like a lot of the detail stuff. So he's really good with all that. And I'm more like, okay, I want a pink racerback, and this is what I want it to look like. Can you make that happen? So it, same thing. I mean, we really had the idea in 2016 and got our first apparel in 2017, but we're still practicing full time. So it kind of like arrived, and we were like, well, now what do we do? Type of thing.
So what did you?
So it was just it was a very slow start for us, just because we were trying to figure out, what's the next step and how do we balance everything. And, it really just came down to, us starting slow and then, kind of getting your foot in the door in that first country club. And, if you get into a big club in Arizona, the nice thing is in the summer, all those people scatter, right? They go to Washington, they go to Michigan, they go to Minnesota, they go to New York.
Things with them.
They take their golf apparel with them, and next thing you know, a club in Michigan's calling us and a club in Washington. So we were very fortunate to have that. And then we were kind of like, okay, now we got to, start, moving a little faster. And, COVID really kind of brought us to the next level, truthfully, because we had just gotten a shipment in right before like everything was shutting down. And if you didn't have your shipment, you weren't getting your shipment, type of thing. Yeah. So, some of the clubs were like in Arizona, right, thriving. So everybody went out and golfed. And when they found out we had apparel, at home, they're like, you have apparel? Like, we need apparel. Like, everybody's golfing. Yeah. So between getting into more country clubs and then everybody going and shopping online, then we kind of realized, okay, things are going to start picking up here quickly. So yeah, it's been a much slower process for us than Katy, but we also same thing, like time management and trying to do all the things, and having my daughter being a golfer and trying to travel with her. There was just a lot of things going on all at the same time.
Is she wearing all your products?
They are actually, their team. They actually thought they were wearing a different brand, which was fine. She's at a small college. And when the skirt came in, the girls were like, Coach, look at this. Like, we cannot wear this. And he's like, all right, call Tara. So yes, they wear our apparel, which is nice.
That must feel awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
There. And that she's golfing too.
Yes.
So how is your golf game?
Mine?
Yeah.
Well, it was better before I started this business. Truthfully. I mean, I used to golf way more before I started this. And I've been fortunate to play in some member guests with some players that are better than me. So it kind of makes me look good because they're good. But I just go out now. I've been very competitive my whole life. So I really have to just tell myself, like, this is for fun. Yeah. We're out on the golf course. You're not working. You need to enjoy this and not be so serious, which is, it's a battle in my brain. But so
sometimes you're saying, this thing's tugging this way. This shirt, we need to tweak this shirt, or we need a shirt that would do. I wish I had hoodie for this day?
Yeah.
Or are you constantly taking little notes?
No, but someone said, "Are you always looking at everybody's apparel?" And for sure, I mean, like when I try on the LPGA, I mean, there's obviously players I want to see, but really, I'm looking at like what colors I like what colors do I like to see on the course, and like if you take like a bright pink up against the background of a golf course, like looks amazing, and then you'll see like more. Neutral colors, which is a cute outfit, but maybe it doesn't catch my eye looking at it on TV type of thing. So I'm always paying attention to what players are wearing, the color combinations I like, whether I'm playing in a tournament or watching it on TV. So there is that, like your brain never really shuts that off, but it's fun too because that's how you get some good ideas.
Yeah, and think about the what looks good against that green and the blue sky, etc.
Absolutely.
We are recording this in April. We're going to be dropping it in May. We are in the middle of a lot of things happening with tariffs. How is that impacting your business, Katy?
We're still navigating it. The last 7 days have actually been incredibly difficult. Trying to figure out, all of a sudden, countries that we didn't expect to have sizable tariffs almost overnight had sizable tariffs. We're manufactured in Vietnam, so we definitely. We're in and continue to be in the mix of impacts. Obviously, now we have a little bit more time to hopefully work things out politically and for the better of, I guess, both economies, honestly. So it's been tough. It's been a tough 7 days. I think that's the thing of being an entrepreneur, and it never stops. And just when you think you've got it figured out, that is when something will get you very quickly. So it's always an evolution. Hopefully this ends with people knowing what steps they need to take beforehand and having the time to take them and react to them. Definitely there's a whole big issue around that. What parts of manufacturing can we bring back to the United States effectively? We'll have to see where that debate ends. But
how did you find your facility in Vietnam?
Basically, I started. Hardly anybody wanted to make my hat, to be quite honest.
Really? Yeah.
Yes, it's a very difficult hat to make. But I wanted U.S. certified fair labor. So that cuts down on my choices. But also I found an excellent manufacturer, just samples, quality, checking their references, calling other people that use the manufacturer. They'll give you some reference lists. So there's definitely ways to dig and make sure that you're working with a company that you guys share the same values.
Right. What about you, Tara?
Yeah, so we actually went to LA initially to try to manufacture in LA, and we were didn't take long to realize that was not going to happen.
Wow.
I mean, the cost on a polo was going to be around $80, and the minimums were going up significantly. California was going to be raising their minimum wage. So, a lot of the manufacturers there were like, we're probably going back to Vietnam, or we're probably getting out of here. We can't afford to pay people, $15 to $20 an hour. But in that process, we actually met somebody who kind of became like our middleman to factories, and he had a lot of connections. He had been doing that for like 25 years or more, and he found some factories that would let us start, with lower minimums.
Yeah.
And so that's how we started, and we really just this last year moved to Thailand, and started out really, really good and has been really not so good the last couple months. And just, I think they're overwhelmed with a lot of people probably moving to Thailand, moving their manufacturing. So, yeah, we're really struggling getting things. And, just like Katy, we have things coming in now. And, when the tariffs are going up and down, and, that greatly,
affects everything.
Yeah, it affects our price. Yeah. And, we're already, when we sell wholesale to country clubs, we're taking a big hit on that already. And, then all of a sudden, you've got this extra 30% that you're paying to get it here. That hurts.
Yeah. It's definitely a challenge for sure. And as you say, as entrepreneurs, there's always a new challenge every day.
Yes.
What has been one of the unexpected challenges that you had to face that you were able to overcome?
Oh gosh, so many because of the timing we got started. COVID, tariffs, difficulties hiring following COVID. That's a big one. It has been a bumpy ride, I would say. We always joke, one step forward, two steps back. But seriously, we do make progress. But I mean, if you want a stable, steady, consistent job, turn away from being an entrepreneur.
You're putting out fires a lot, I think.
You're putting out fires a lot. So you just, you almost become used to that is the norm. And then you never know really what to expect next. But for sure, there's a mountain of things. And I think the way to overcome it or to be okay with it, this is what I have found, is I've done a lot better when I've started to build a really reliable team. When I've been able to start to build a team that I can really count on, that's what gets us through the roughs and bumps. But it's been a crazy ride.
Yeah. And how long has it been now?
Well, 2019 is when we actually got to market with product.
Wow.
So
yeah, cool. Some 6 years. I'm doing live math.
Yeah,
live math. Scary.
Yeah.
Always. My math teachers would be so proud. Tara, what about you? A challenge that you did not see coming that you were able to overcome. What tools did you utilize for that?
Well, I think a huge challenge is, having a smaller company that the name isn't real well known. And for a lot of country clubs, they have preferred vendors. And so a big thing has been, we're going to let you come and do a trunk show and prove yourself and then see. And we go and do trunk shows and we do really well. And then they're like, well, you're not on the preferred vendor list. So, and how I've kind of gotten around that is, the members then have seen my product and they're like, well, if they're not going to carry it, we're just going to buy it directly from you. And that's what I've had to do. Like if someone's not going to make me a preferred vendor, then people come directly to our website, which is good for business. Yeah. But it's how we have to overcome people saying, your name isn't big enough to be in our pro shop
yet.
Yeah. So, and that's just how it's going to be. I mean, we're a small business and it's, we're battling some really big businesses and that's what the big names. But ultimately, I'm doing this because I feel like women deserve it. And, I just have to tell myself that's why I started it. And, just going to keep trying to make things that women like and, see where it leeds us.
And women like shopping online.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah, that's
shop
right.
local online.
Right.
I mean, win, right?
Yeah, right.
For sure. TJ Sport, what does that mean? What does that name mean?
Okay, well, so we were originally called Taylor Jordan. So my daughter's name is Jordan Taylor. And there was a Jordan Taylor swimwear, so we reversed it. We were then told we would not be using the word Taylor in golf. So we had a TJ logo, and so we were like, well, people call us TJ now, so probably the easiest thing is to just do TJ Sport, which
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it too.
And it's
I like
fine.
It. It's my nickname. I told you this before.
Yeah.
The Jamers from college.
See?
So I like it too.
Yeah.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Yep.
And I also have to say, if I jump in on that one, I like the TJ Sport because, we've got pickleball these days. We got tennis. We got all these things that your apparel works great in the space. So, I mean, great golf, yes, but there's also so many other things you fit the category of. So I think it's a great game. Great name.
Or run about town. I've been running about town in my TJ Sport.
Yeah. I don't travel without my TJ joggers.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I literally do not.
I know. So you guys are fans of each other.
Yes.
And Vimhue, what does Vimhue mean?
It is fanciful. So I completely made it up. I had at that point when I realized I really did have something and I wanted to invest money in it, I hired a branding coach and I had a patent attorney and I had a trademark attorney. And they all said, make something up. Make it mean nothing so no one can say that you took it from their brand.
Wow.
So I wanted the Vim and the Hue. I was centered around the root word hue, H-U-E, and mostly looking at something from a different hue or a different perspective. It was
back to vision,
my goal.
Back to view.
And back to
doctors.
Yeah.
You eye doctors.
The background.
I see you.
I see what you did.
Yes.
And the Vim just matched the long, lean letters of the Hue.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
So it was Vimhue. And they were right. It patented, trademarked. That one's not patented. That one's trademarked. But the trademark went through easy breezy. It's a whole world. So understanding the difference in the trademarks and the patents and the utility patents and the design patents, it's definitely a lot to take in and a lot to learn. But I've had a lot of good teachers, great attorney. And so, so that's part of it.
You do customization, so maybe if I had a big family reunion, I could order hats from you.
Yes, exactly.
The country clubs could order hats from you.
Yes.
You have a pickleball line, a golf line.
Yes, all the active stuff. So we do running, we do pickleball, we do tennis, golf, of course, in there. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we do volleyball. We had USA team volleyball wearing our hats in Paris in the Olympics.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, yes.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So anything where you're outside doing what you want to be doing in the sun. Again, we're UPF protection 2, UPF 50. It's a perfect athletic hat.
And that fabric is different because it's lightweight, it's washable.
Yes, we have a proprietary fabric. It's UPF 50, machine washable. Women do not tolerate sweat stains and makeup on their hat. Men, it's like a badge of courage to have their sweat stains, and they're just okay with
Gross.
it. Yeah. So, but women will throw the hat away. So we're definitely machine washable. So it's great property.
Are you working on anything for the men?
Yeah, great question. So same thing. So we took the good things of our hat. We had so many women saying, "Hey, I wish you had something for our loved ones." Yeah, our dude. So we are making just one dad hat is all we have in the collection right now. But we find actually that's most people's go-to for actually working out is they want something lightweight, breathable, UPF 50. All of our own priorities that we like too. They also do enjoy. So yeah, we do actually have a men's hat added to the line just this year.
That was brand new.
Yes.
Tara, what about you?
We have a men's line also, and that came along. My husband's tall and lean, and same thing. He felt like shirts were shorter and boxier, and they weren't long enough on him. And now, of course, there's a lot more companies that do that. But he's like, I want to design a polo that fits a build like mine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and
we have the
note
men's
he
line
is
too.
the model in the.
What's that?
He is also your model.
He
on the website.
He has been. We have
Pull it
a
up
few, but
online.
he has been. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
You're like, add to cart.
Yeah.
I'll take
Does
two.
he come with? Yeah.
We have to talk about July 4th is coming up. You both have an Americana line. Tell me
Yes.
about TJ Sport Americana.
Yes, so we always have found that red, white, and blue really, I mean, from Memorial Day, July 4th, you got Veterans Day, like a lot of themes are red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
So that's always been a big thing for us. And then over the years, we've added some, like USA down a racerback and things like that. But yeah, the red, white, and blue is very, very popular over the summer.
It always looks good.
Yeah,
it
does
always
look really
like
good.
seeing it together as well. What about over at Vimhue? Do you have Americana?
Yes, absolutely. Americana is always in style. So we'll do the whole series. We do all the holidays, as you say. We're actually also, in addition, doing Ryder Cup this year, as we have for the first time. So that'll be cool. But yes, anything red, white, and blue is always a hit at Vimhue. And we always do a special collection each year for it.
Where is your favorite place to wear your Vimhue hat?
Oh my gosh. Let's see.
On vacation is
Yeah,
the
I was
answer.
gonna say beside a pool with my hair up and a drink in my hand.
Yeah. So which one are you wearing?
I always wear the Sun Goddess. I have to admit, it's my favorite child, so not supposed to do that. But
What does that look like?
it's the one with the ring in the middle that has all the bands that you can move the ring up and down. That's my favorite. It's also our best seller. So
The Sun Goddess. So make sure everyone heard the Sun Goddess. All right, Tara, what are you living in?
Well, I mean, I'm living in a racerback and a skirt and a golf course that's near the water.
Perfect.
So if I can see the ocean and I'm on a golf course, I could stay there a long time.
All right, let's all go.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Katy Kraft with Vimhue, Tara Ransdell of TJ Sport. Ladies, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes,
thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for listening to Jamie's Local Love, the podcast. I'm your host, Jaime Cerreta. Our technician is Tom Heidinger. Our editors are Lorraine Shearing and Gina Coy. Do you know a business worthy of some local love? Email me at jcerreta@azfamily.com. Follow us at facebook.com/Cerreta and Instagram @Cerreta News. Make sure to subscribe and give us a 5-star review, please. And tell your friends about the podcast and the businesses we feature to show your local love. You can find us on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
Jamie's Local Love, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast.